Um, well, surprise, surprise, we got the Asian RMR in a fantasy. Well, not as a regular season, but at least as a partner. Still, good news. And Asian RMR is a double elimination bracket. Well, if everyone is happy with that, then why not? So, with the brackets being kinda surreal and teams are more like skilled mixes in majority of the scenarios, and IHC after the changes, I don't know what they're going to be able to do. Red Atom is probably the team I'm gonna cheer the most. Greyhound, uh, I don't know, are they actually able to qualify or not? Vertex, another Australian team. Again, what can we expect from them? Who knows? Like, there's only one guy who knows what to expect from these two teams, and who works in the broadcast. So, and then Tai Lu with the still kind of same old dogs. Just, I don't know. Are they actually gonna be able to achieve something this time or not? Eruption. Uh, can't really say much about them. Don't really follow the scene, but at least I heard something about them. Then Loba and Co. Uh, with the dog with the black eagle, like a classic FPL team, with some other guys probably trying to make it. And then Invictus International. This is, in my opinion, the team that is a dark horse and potentially can surprise everyone and actually take one of the spots. And if you look at the bracket is actually really, really good for them because the first game is against Eruption, which is more than possible for them to beat. Then it's a Tylo and Greyhound, which obviously Tylo is not Tylo that was in 2019. And Greyhound, um, can we actually think of a Greyhound as one of the best like teams in that region? I don't know. They do get into the different tournaments, but still, the way they play, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Greyhound, and I kind of have a lot of doubts against them. So, um, yeah, IHC against Twisted Minds. Most likely IHC gonna take them down unless Loba or Black Deagle or Dog gonna show what the European FPL is made of. Then Rare Atom against Vertex. I kind of have high hopes for Rare Atom in this one, and I hope they're gonna take one of the spots. And top side of the bracket is favoring them as well. And then Greyhound against Tyloo. At this point, I will be cheering for Tyloo, and I kind of believe they have like 55-45 favorite in this game. Still, it's a 50-50 game in general. And then Eruption against Invictus. As already said, Invictus, despite that they're lowest ranked team at the event, they quite decent. Like they have Face Crack, Dalcost, two very experienced players already played in the major. Then they have uh, Mestel, again, like one of those players that is kind of slowly grinding, and again, a guy from Israel, another one. So he's not really like the top fragger every single game, but he's actively taking the entry roles in the team, and he's been really proactive piece of team, I would say. Um, if you actually check his recent matches, uh, I believe he was pretty decent. Let's just check stats, and even against Nexus and Zero Dynasty, the teams that they played like a while ago, uh, I believe he's still quite decent. Okay, that's against Twisted Minds, 168 against Lobo and Co. Not bad. Then who's gonna be next? David Vendetta, 134 again. Good ratings. Then against who's that? Ghost Faces. Okay, 102. Not the best rating, but Dav cost actually took over this game and yeah, carried this one. And then against Nexus, Mezzel, despite the lost 118, not the worst rating. And against Zero to Nasty, they lost. And again, yeah, this one it was 0.78. Yeah, that's a 0-2 game. Hard to say anything when you lose in 3-16 and 11-16. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to do something. Especially when the first map you're recording zero point 0.7 rating, yeah. And the second one, 494, yeah. Well, it is what it is. In general, I like the trajectory on which he's moving forward. So another Israel talent. So I hope to see the best out of this team. So IHC against Rare Atom. That's my upper semifinal. And at this point, uh, I don't think that IHC gonna continue their dominance run in the region, and I think that Rare Atom is gonna take over them. And I believe Rare Atom gonna advance to the upper final and the qualification game. Then Tyloo against Invictus. Um, Again, I don't have much faith in Tyloo, but I think they might be good enough to take to hold 3 maps. But I hope that Invictus gonna take this one, and Invictus gonna face Rare Atom in general the upper final, and they're gonna fight for the spot. So if we continue with the lower brackets, so that's gonna be Vertex against Twisted Mind. Um, this is the game where Twisted Minds actually have a chance to win, mm, maybe on 3 maps. But again, this is their opportunity to take the W. Is it gonna happen? I know it's a 50-50 for me, but I will be cheering for the Lobo team. So I'm gonna put them through, and Vertex gonna go out at 0-2. Then Greyhound against Eruption. This one I'm gonna give upper hand to Greyhound because they're more experienced. So I'm gonna let them advance through. So then the losers of the upper semifinals is IHC gonna drop down to the lower bracket, I think, the lower part of the lower bracket, where they're gonna face Greyhound and IHC against Greyhound. Um, in my book, right now, I probably have to give advantage to Greyhound. So Greyhound gonna go to the lower final for me. On this side, we're gonna have the Twisted Minds against Tyloo. Twisted Minds against Tyloo. Again, hard to see Loba's team beating Tyloo, but in the right circumstances, like it's possible. Like still 55% for Tyloo, but again, as we're going a little bit delusional, we're giving a chance for Loba to beat Tyloo and advance to lower final. And lower final, Tyloo against not Tyloo, but Loba against Greyhound. Um, Again, European FPL can actually surprise everyone, and they do have a chance to beat Greyhound. And in this case, I hope they do, but I can't I can't give them any more chances, right? I'll be cheering for them, obviously, but Greyhound, they must have a chance to actually fight for the chance of going to the major once again. And again, Greyhound advance into consolidation final, and consolidation final is going to be with the loss of from Rare Atom and Invictus, which I believe is going to be unfortunately Invictus, and Rare Atom going to go straight to the major, and Invictus will have to fight Greyhound once again, and probably the experience of Invictus players is gonna give them the upper hand, and I hope that Invictus actually wins this one. Most likely, it's gonna be 2-1, and yeah, for me, I will be very happy to see either Invictus or Twisted Minds to advance, right? Obviously, I'm cheering for Rare Atom and Invictus, right? Loba, good luck, but again, it's going to be a very, very hard task. So, two spots. I hope for Rare Atom and Invictus, and based on that, let's try and make our team. So, uh, Mercury is kind of the best player, but Yam Yang is also good. But again, I have to go for Mercury, and probably I have to give a chance to Ace, maybe. Who knows? Then my dark horse is Invictus. Again, Mestal is a good player, and Face Crack probably he's supposed to play the star level uh, in the team, but I'm gonna have 183k left in that case, so I'm gonna go for Mestal. Hopefully, he's gonna have a great tournament, and probably Davkost, right? He's gonna be playing that Opa from like behind the lines, and let's hope he's gonna have a good event, right? Even though his stats are kind of bad, but he's playing the primary Opa, and well, the primary Opas, even with this type of rating, they should be okay-ish. K is gonna be my main Opa, I think. Well, actually, maybe K is going to be my IGL and Davkost is going to be my primary open. Let's say, and I have 213k left for filler player, and filler player for 213k can be anyone. Leas, not a big fan of Leas. If we look at these ratings, it's kind of meh. Ins, probably the best option, but that's a bit too expensive, 221. And in my book, I don't see them advancing. Uh, Tai Lu on the other side, Dan King. If we look at the bracket once again, Tai Lu against Greyhound in the first game. Well, if anyone, then it's Dan King who has to kind of carry the team. If they do, then the next game is against Invictus, and potentially that should be Invictus winning. But again, he will have to carry, and if he kind of has like 1.3 rating or 1.4 against Greyhound, and 1.2, even though they're losing, then potentially in a lower bracket he can have another maybe great game or something. And dunking in my book is a perfect option for me. Obviously, I can try to replace Case with the maybe someone from Yam Yang. If I try to take dunking off and try to take Yam Yang, then I'm on 202k, which isn't bad. And Alistar is an option. Freeman attacker. Uh, Not the worst options, to be honest. But again, Cabal Techno. Oh, where I see Cabal. Techno is okay. Um, that's a weird mix, to be honest. Yeah. Mm, am I willing to take Yambyang and Mercury? both of them. Or am I willing to stick with the case or Moise? 109k. Actually, no. Let's stick with the case. So I'll have two opens on my team, and Dan King. Let's hope he's gonna have some good games. So in terms of multi-fragger, I'm gonna go for Mercury. Mestal headshot machine, because apparently his headshot percentage is decent. Daft Coast as a main OPA, Case as a leader, because I expect Rare Atom to go all the way without dropping in game, and Danking as a defender, because well, it's it's probably going to be CT meta in the Asian RMR, because well, they're not really strategically great region, so uh, probably majority of the rounds going to be won in on the CT side. It's not like Cloud9, which can like get 12 rounds on almost any T side. So in terms of boosters, just because like these games gonna be best of threes, if I'm right, I believe they're gonna be best of threes. Oh, not best of ones. Ooh, okay. Everything's gonna be best of one. That's a surprise. I was expecting best of three. But okay, at least like the first game is gonna be best of one, and then elimination games are best of three. Okay, so mm, I'm gonna expect Mercury to be top fragging in the first one, or maybe going for the assists or pistol round. I know. To be honest, I would rather just wait for the best of three games before using the boosters if I was really trying hard on this one. But because it's a partner event, well, let's gamble and let's hope our little gamble works out. So yeah, boosters, trading, Avenger, because he's not gonna go in first. Daft Cost, he's gonna be the guy that's gonna be setting up the team. Case, um, probably gonna be okay-ish with like trading the guys or just like holding angles, and maybe he's gonna get KSD on like the first game, and then dunking uh, against Greyhound. Let's just give him extra 5 points straight away. So yeah, that's it with this team. I'm gonna try my best into the Asian RMR, and yeah, good luck and have fun. And let me know what you think again.